Hi, this
We're
is
back.
Sarah from sarayup.com, Facebook The Numbers Queen, and Instagram sarayup1111, doing a very special 1111 celebration and channeling with my very, very dear friend from how many lifetimes, Deniz Akan.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here.
Now, Deniz is very special in my life. She is really the one who got me into crystals, who helped me to activate my clairvoyance. So prior to meeting Deniz, I could read palms, but it was very theoretical. It was all based on book learning. What does this line mean? Like it was very head heavy. When I met Deniz at the Mind Body Spirit Festival, I was attracted because she had all these beautiful crystals and she just had lovely energy. And mainly because I was tired and I was looking for somewhere to sleep in my break as a psychic reader. So I laid out on her bed and I gave her the money and I was like, just do whatever. I'll just listen to these dolphin sounds.
It's true.
And it was so good. I felt so relaxed afterwards. I was just back like every day. But I must tell you, it took me maybe 10 sessions before I actually started to see like fairies and mermaids and all the things that Deniz said she could see. And I also changed my water at the time. I was doing more meditation, but I know that Deniz was pivotal in me reclaiming a lot of those childhood gifts. Now, children very much believe in the elementals and the nature spirits, and most of you on the call, I know you'll agree, it's been shut down, and that is a tragedy because actually these spirits truly exist, and to ignore them is to dissociate from a very magical and healing part of ourselves. So I just want to welcome Deniz to the call.
Thanks.
So, Deniz, what was it like working with me, given that I was so skeptical and I'd be like, just do whatever,
I,
I'm just going to sleep to the dolphin sounds?
yeah, I was a bit surprised actually, especially when you told me the truth that you just looked for a bed to sleep and rest. But afterwards, so it's funny because I remember the first session. And I saw the things I shared that I saw, you suddenly went, oh, I saw something like that, but I thought I made it up.
Yeah.
And to feel and hear that you actually didn't trust your intuition at the time, that was really the most interesting part. But I could see how open you are. It was just that the thinking mind perhaps was overpowering all the other gifts, because all these gifts, we all hold these gifts. We can truly achieve so much from within. So I just like to help people to gather momentum and do the same work for themselves.
So there's very much life before Deniz and life after Deniz. She's one of a kind, and I've literally introduced her to like over 120, 150 of my clients, and just rave reviews. Literally, it's really hard to get a booking with her, but it always turns up if you're meant to get one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I actually remember I did a reading for you, and we were looking at Dennis's energy. And do you remember Pepe Le Pew? Yeah, Pepe Le
Yeah.
Pew, and he floats along with the fragrance. I said, Dennis, you are the fragrance, and everybody follows you, but they never know where you really are. They're just
Yeah, it's
like,
still like that.
someone was Dennis? Was that Dennis? It's like this amazing, like fast-moving energy. She's really fast and efficient. I give you an
Mhm.
example. Today I had a healing with Dennis. It was like 10 minutes. Now, if you had told me you could actually achieve that level of like clarity and presence in 10 minutes, I would have definitely thrown you off my bandwagon before because I thought everything had to be effort. Like when I first started learning psychic work, I thought you had to follow all these steps and everything had to be like perspiring. And what I've learned is that certain people, and I guess we can all get to that point, they're just working at that frequency and it is literally instantaneous, especially when there's trust. And we would have done, who knows, even 50, 60 healings now, maybe even hundreds,
Yeah, I
because
think so.
Dennis worked on me all through my pregnancies. She's one of the only people I will let near my children. And you want to talk a little bit about working with the babies like Forrest and Charlie and
It
stuff?
was incredible. I love working with kids. I love working with pregnant women, and children always pick up the energy, same like animals, any animals, of course, as well. And one big part of my work is also fertility sessions. So I bring little people in, and that I learned all of my work through personal experience. And yeah, one of a really strong experience helped me to understand how to actually not just bring the woman into balance and harmony, but how much how important it is as well to get the spirits in and to talk to them and get the right ones in. It's fantastic. I love it. And animals as well. So I do animal communication and I work with animals, and that's mainly remotely. And it's just, you know, if people don't know what's going on for the animal, or that they have a trauma or anything going on, it's very easy for me to connect to that. So basically I work with a lot of different dimensions. And if it's a personal session for an adult, for kids, if it's a house and property clearing, or if it's a business clearing, it's all the same for me, really, because I believe in the spirit, that everything has a spirit, and I connect to it all, and then I communicate with it. Same with the crystals. You know, the crystals talk to me. They tell me who wants to come, who wants to stay. I said to Sarah yesterday, oh, I might bring one crystal, and she was laughing at her. One? You bring one crystal? So
One lonely crystal.
No.
Deniz has got the best crystal collection I've ever seen. You get full crystal envy when she's got this massive kit. And like children just go gaga when they see Auntie Deniz with the like mega crystals from all over the world. I wanted to just give you some examples of how Deniz has helped me. So this is not so much a promo. This is honestly a sharing, and we're going to be doing some channeling, and there's going to be a lot of gifts, like energetic gifts for you today. But as you know, I am very tough. I'm tough on myself. I'm tough on anyone who works for me. I want like proof, and I want like multiple proof. I'm taking photos, I'm taking videos, I'm taking recordings, you know. So let's give you an example. I moved into this house and everything kept breaking on the floor. I'm going to talk about 20 objects in 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, phone screens, glasses, things I didn't even know were made of breakable like plastic. They would just shatter. And this is like a tile floor. So when it shatters, it goes 20 meters across, which is a disaster when you have toddlers. And I was just panicking because we just moved in. I'm like, this is our gorgeous dream house. It's a rental, but it's gorgeous. And I'm like, this is the one thing I didn't see coming. So I got Deniz in, and I still remember the healing. She did a healing on the house. She cleared out some of the energies, which was a little bit about like quite strong emotions of previous people who lived here, imprints. And she got me to imagine that the floor was actually covered in flowers and grass. And there was no more breakages. I think we just started again, so maybe it's time for the 6-month checkup. But I got other examples. I had an office in McGregor. Now that's Sunnybank, and you know that's all the Chinese people live there. When I first went to Sunnybank, I was like, "There's too many Asians."
Oh.
My husband was laughing. I was like, "Oh, damn it! I'm Asian in this lifetime. I always forget." Anyway, so I was in this office. I think there was some dodgy stuff in the building. Remember some financial dodgy cash business? She picked that up immediately when I was trying to run my business. There's a little bit mixed results. I couldn't get like a good momentum in the business. She cleared the office, and in the next few days my bookings tripled. So this is the kind of thing that happens all the time, and I didn't know that was possible. And all I can say is you've just got to find someone who talks the language. The same way that I can help people who see 1111 and repeating numbers, I can look at your soul contract and be like, yeah, you see 782 because there's a 7, 8, and 2 in your chart. Like, no brainer. Like, 5 minutes you clear like a year of doubt. You've just got to find someone who speaks the language. And again, yeah, you can learn it, but it's also true some people it's easier for them, and it's probably quicker if you just get them in. Because there was a time I was like, oh, I'm going to be like Deniz, I'm going to collect all the crystals, and I was like, wow, that's going to take me about 45 years to get anywhere close to, I'm going to be old. So Deniz has taught me a lot about trusting other people. If I can talk about your life path?
Yeah, sure.
So like my husband Chris, who you saw on the earlier call, she's a 28-10-1. She's here to heal the root chakra, which is very much the connection with the physical world. And it's a lot about also like origins. The first chakra is about where do you really come from. And you kind of got me into all the starseed stuff. You want to sort of share what the starseed is, that kind of thing?
Yeah, a lot of us are here at the moment, and we bring in the energies from different places from before. So I connect a lot with the dimensions of the star brothers and sisters, all different planets, galaxies, and usually they are, from the oldest cultures on the planet. They talk about the Pleiadians, for example, the Seven Sisters. Most indigenous cultures connect to them as well. And yeah, when you're starseed, we come here to change the world and help people. What I think about myself personally is I'm just a generator for people. So it's sometimes even just that little hi, and then I see them, the energy
Yeah, I
flipping up.
find with Dennis less is more. So you're gonna laugh, right? Again, I was so in the 3D world that I thought you could only get better if you took a lot of like physical medicine, did a lot of physical like techniques.
Mm.
Um, and I found that wasn't true. I actually found with Dennis at some point we transitioned from doing in-person sessions, which is where I would lie down and she's got these beautiful sprays she makes and she put the crystals on me and in the beginning I loved it. And you know, like not too long after I started having children, I got more sensitive. I couldn't stand it. It was too much.
Mm.
I was actually like overwhelmed and I was like, can you just go away and do a distance session?
Which I really like anyway. You know, I always say to my clients, I really think they are actually more powerful and potent. So the whole COVID lockdown situation has been really good for me because finally people kind of had to book in that way. And now they see how amazing it is because we work through the quantum field and it's very, very fast.
So if you've tried distance healing, you feel free to put it in the comments. If you've got a question for Dennis, feel free to put it in the comments.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at all comments tonight.
And
So
I show you a little
yeah,
friend that I brought today. He really wanted to come in today. It's a nice Lemurian seed, crystal Lemurian seed. It's lovely. And actually it is a bit like having ones on that barcode. They're all like 11111. And on the way here, funnily enough, the 5 or 6 cars, they're all added up to 11 number plates, or they were 01. It's like,
I always
here we
warn
go.
everyone if you watch any of the videos involving me, expect the numbers to turn
Yeah.
up the next day and they will be like wanting to be your best friend. But again, remember they're attached to spirit guides and it's great to have them on your side. Like, trust me, you can never have enough. So yeah,
It's a big
Dennis,
family, really. It's a whole team. We got a whole team and we're all interconnected. It's all connected to our own source energy as well.
yeah.
I love it.
Totally. So, like I said, I've learned so much from Dennis being my friend. I'm incredibly grateful. A lot of the times when I was pregnant, I was very worried that my baby would die. I know a lot of us have had past lives where that happened and even current lives. But just the fact that Dennis and I also have a mentor called Carol and they could and Vicky got two. I got like good mentors. They
Mm.
could all literally talk to the baby and the baby would like kick and respond. And what happened over time is I became able to talk to my babies the same way. I just needed to see people do it. I didn't know it was possible.
Yes, see, and because we are like really like tuning folks, you know, in the rooms with our vibrations, we exchange and then we sing in the higher tonation together. And this, see, the thing is about sound and vibrational healing. I had to trust that as well to come out with that. I first heard the songs and sounds, and I thought, oh my God, if I start doing this kind of gibberish onto my clients now, they're gonna think I'm gone completely nuts. But you know, there's nothing. It's all perfect, and because everything is sound and vibration, when we use tonation, light language, codes that come through, we can really release blockages from any lifetimes like that.
It's like ultrasonic cleaning. Now, if you see 1111 and repeating numbers, did you know that most numerologists are musicians? So when I was looking at all the different numerologists in the world, most of them are composers or singers. I play piano. But that is super interesting, isn't it? Because numbers are like musical notes. It's just like a type of coding frequency.
Exactly.
So one of my suggestions, again, if you see numbers and you've already looked into numerology, get into sound healing. It'll just be next level for you, and especially if you struggle to meditate. You've seen me use the chakra chimes on my calls, but we're talking about like within a few seconds getting into these deep states that maybe in other lifetimes you had to meditate for 7, 8 years on a mountaintop. And hey, if you want to do that, that's cool, but why not bring the sound in? Because you know the world needs us. And in the olden days, like maybe we did actually have time to do that much work on ourselves, but why do you have to reinvent the wheel this lifetime? Because you know the world is waiting for us.
The
Is all I'm
thing, I
saying.
like to say something about that. The point is, you are a powerful being. You know, don't think you have to wear the white flowy clothes and do the 20 years on top of a mountain and do all of that. You know, trust yourself and listen to your heart. That's a big message. And yeah, I just got sidetracked a little bit reading as well. A few of the comments.
Yeah, well, we'll go into the comments in a sec. I just want to give you a few more examples. So, Dennis and I are so connected now that it's really funny because I don't know if you guys know, I often run late. You know, I've got kind of my own Sarah Standard Time. And so, say, because she's super punctual, because you
I'm
lived in
German.
German. It's like chalk and cheese, chalk and cheese. So she'll be like, okay, I'm going to start your healing at 6. I'll be like, 6:02, 6:03. And I'll actually just like fall over. Because once she starts, the energy is so powerful. I will literally collapse to the floor. And that's distant
That's why I
healing.
tell
Like,
people, please make sure you're lying
you're
down.
not driving heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So all I can say is I'm still surprised this stuff works. There's a part of me that's just like, this has got to be like a joke. But all I can say is it continues to work. I want to just give those couple of examples if it's okay. I know we have to start in the channeling.
Oh, that's all
But
right.
you know, remember how I said I've done the Royals forecast this year and I went into like Buckingham Palace energetically and I did all the forecasts and within about 10 days Harry left and I predicted that. And you know, the way I got in was I got Deniz to hold space for me while I did the papers. Because that is really important to have a team, because essentially it's actually quite dangerous to do certain types of psychic work because you can get ungrounded and lost. For example, people who do very intense psychic work while they're on, you know, hallucinogenic drugs, you can get a little bit detached from yourself. So Dina's helped me with that, but she particularly helped me to do Donald Trump's numerology. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I just could not get in. And then I said to Deniz, can you hold some space for me? And she did her special Deniz thing, which I'm never quite sure what she does in that room she lives in. But as soon as she did it, that was it. I literally was, this is going to sound nuts, I was sitting in front of Donald Trump. And I wanted to share something on this call I didn't share publicly. Literally, Donald Trump energy was just straight and he was like, hey. And I was like, whoa, okay. I feel like I'm on The Apprentice. And do you know what he showed me? And I couldn't put this in my predictions. I'll tell you why in a sec. He took off his suit. He's like, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, oh my God. I hope Deniz is here so that I can, you know, check in later. But he just took off his suit. And inside he was like, I don't know what, some sort of star person or something. Chris is talking about Cthulhu and things like that. But I was kind of startled and I thought, well, I'm glad I got Deniz here because I wouldn't believe it otherwise. And yeah, so there's a few things like that, but I couldn't put it in my public forecast. They actually said some things, you know, are just not meant to be shared yet. And so I did, just based on the numbers, you know, I said it would be very close, but just that first instant, he showed me stepping out of the suit, he showed me the Titanic, you know, the Titanic went down and the captain went down with it. And it was like within a couple of seconds, I was like, I think I know what's going to happen. But the thing is, you know, everything is delicate in the universe. And if I had written that, we just don't know what butterfly effect would have happened. And so this is one of the challenges of my job, is even though spirit may give me information, sometimes it's time sensitive and I can only pass a little bit on. So I apologize if you're like, oh man, you should tell me that 3 weeks ago, but it actually would have negatively affected me in an energy sense. But yeah, Deniz was there for me.
Yeah.
And as soon as she tuned out, I was out. I was like out on the street, man. So who knows what will happen if something happens to Deniz. Please stay alive for 300 years.
Oh, I want to go home.
She'll probably just send it from another universe, like Star Wars.
Last time around.
Okay, so Deniz, what would you like to share with people apart from what we've covered?
About the, you know, I just saw something about codes. Because I didn't finish that as well. For codes, for me, the different light codes, they come in when I tune into a different person, different house, they show me the energy in a different way. So sometimes it can be literally mathematics and I see formulas.
Which is me.
Yeah, correct.
Chinese.
And then with other people, I see the codes come through the voice and I see the sacred geometry coming out. And sometimes I just see sacred geometry and yeah, and then the lights and things like that. Yeah, quite often you fly with me, definitely through the galaxies, I think. It's just because I connect very strongly to that.
We often see the same animals. I'll be like, hey, there's a gorilla. And because she keeps notes, right? She'd be like, yeah, there was this gorilla. I'm like, whoa.
That was actually a reason because I wanted to show people afterwards, because quite often when they come out of a session and they go, I saw that and then, you know, and then I'm like, actually I saw that and I thought, I wonder if they think she's just going, yeah. But now I got it black on white. I take notes, but it's also because there's so much vivid information coming in a very short time. And more you do your job, I reckon, you know, I just kept opening up and being able to look at a person to see what's going on for them.
Yeah, this is like me. So, when I work with a client, I have all these charts I do by hand. There's always notes, so there's email afterwards. Like, it's like, super conscientious. She's like that. She sends you this email, like, whoa, I don't know when I'm going to have time to read this. I just like, just circle the keywords, Dennis. I saw a panda and a giraffe. I'm like, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, because I circled animals, so I don't know why. Like, it's my little codes on my paper when I do the things.
So yeah, all I can say is just, steal yourself. She's value for money is all I can say. If it's okay, can we just go through some questions really quick before the channeling?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Because I just know a lot of people have said some really
we have
cool
time.
stuff.
I think, also whatever we speak about, and because we're tuning in, and it is the 1111 gateway, this is all part of it. It doesn't have to be like a super amazing channeling, or the words of wisdom that come through all of us. It's important because we trigger each other, and it's a change.
Are you just all hot? Is anyone else getting hot with goosebumps?
Hot, yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, just having my big energy, my huge energy in the room, my huge ego in the room, as some people say, and then Dennis's, like, you guys are totally getting a distance healing right now.
It's happening, yeah.
Tell you for sure.
Yeah, we're connecting into the quantum field, and we're all interconnected. You're here joining us. Thank you for being here.
So got lots of star seeds, got lots of 2810 ones. Oh, I'm going to blow your mind, people. Remember how I said a word can have a vibration? Do you want to know what the vibration of star seed is? 2810. Okay, so we've got lots of people talking about Lemuria. What else have we got?
Experiences of remote sessions.
A lot of people saying they've had distant sessions and it really helped them. I honestly, when I saw the effect of the healings on my children, I was sold, because seriously, she would put a couple of crystals on Forrest or Charlie and they were done. Like, I was amazed, and I thought, wow, imagine if I could be more childlike in the way I lived my life. How much faster could my abundance come in and my happiness? And
you just have to trust. Somebody was asking about that. When did you learn to trust? You just, you have so many experiences, and you just have to trust your own wisdom. And for me, because I get so much amazing feedback, and people are literally having big life changes, how beautiful. So for me, it's very easy to get all that feedback. So of course I had to trust it. And with the different languages coming through, I just have to trust it, and the different voices and noises, and thinking, oh, that's a bit interesting. But
I like that. Dennis is really humble. And this is like one of her first Facebook Lives ever. So if you love it, can you just put that in the notes? Because I had to literally like wrench her arm, right?
Yeah, Sarah asked me before, so how many of these did you do? And I'm like,
0. And as a one life path, a lot of ones, they can get a little reluctant to actually talk about themselves. Very often they will talk about their guides, or like their family, or their clients. And as you would know, having watched me maybe on some of my lives, I have no issues with that. Because I know that when I talk from just from the being of me, massive shifts happen, because I get the feedback every day. So I just have learned that. And one of the things I do that I'm really proud of is I can help people to speak up and be seen. And I'm actually trying to actively do that with my husband, my friends, my colleagues, because I feel very lucky, the fact that I can have a channel like this, and there is technology like this. So I'm just so grateful Dennis is here. And if you are loving her, can you put it in the comments? Because she is, remember, she needs to see it to believe it a bit. So if you're loving it, like, do.
Sarah's amazing as a friend, and also with her work. I love her work, so we do swaps regular as well. But she does push me. She's like, come on, let's do this. Let's do that.
Reading for Dennis is next level, dude. I mean, if you wanna know if you're a good reader, try reading for someone who's a high-powered galactic healer. It's like reading for a Jedi Knight. Oh my God, I have to
blush now.
Well, it's true. We often have little bits of there's always a bit of resistance from both of us, but just like the Jedi have an order and they have people around them, it is 100% important. If you want to go into the 1111 work, please bring a team. It is not safe to do this work by yourself for an extended period of time. You do go a little crazy. I know. I had so many episodes. I was like, am I schizophrenic? Are they going to put me in the hospital?
Oh, yeah.
And thank God I had Chris, and I had Dennis, and I had Caroline, I had Vicky, or you may never have met me.
Yeah.
For those of you who love my blogs, you may have never met me, because I was on the verge of being put on all these different things. And that is what happened to some of my relatives.
Mm.
So we never heard about them. They were institutionalized. And there are still people who think
Ooh,
I'm a little
goosebumps.
cray cray, yeah?
Yeah,
And all I'm
same.
saying is because I had made that choice to surround myself with amazing beings like Deniz and Chris, I narrowly missed out on maybe, having a very different life. And if you can understand that, that is like the crux of 1111 energy. It's sliding doors. 1111 is sliding doors. 11 looks like a pause sign. Before you make that next breath or decision, just take a moment. Which door do you want to open right now? So we've got lots of people saying that they're happy. However, there's also some crazies on the call who are telling us about love spells. We're not interested. Oh, goodness me. You gotta
That's
love
actually
it.
one of the parts I try to remove for a lot of people
Oh,
because
there's this, hey, scammer, get off the call, mate. Yeah, look, we've been having to do, I just talking about that, wasn't I? All I can say is I guess we must be pretty sexy because we're attracting some of the sleazies. Take it as a compliment. All right.
and then I want to add something as well, because for me, more and more things I saw. The very first thing I saw in vision. So I felt energy for a very long time, and I've been doing this for a couple of decades now. But once I started to actually see, which I tried for a long time, the elemental being kingdom, the fairies. So I was like, I want to see fairies. A lot of my friends were able to see them. And then finally I saw one. It was nearly like a 5D holograph floating in the room. It was quite big. It was bigger than my head for sure. It was maybe 30 centimeters even. And there was a mermaid. And thank goodness I did a session on my childhood friend who lives here as well. And I was like, I don't really understand, but I see a mermaid. And then I went, holy sugar, I see a mermaid. And then poof, she was gone. But that was the first time I saw something. And then more different dimensions and layers I'm connecting to, I see other things. And some of them are pretty out there when you see it for the first time.
Yeah.
And the same thought, I have this still now, I have the same thought. And quite often I say to myself, wow, either I'm going crazy or nuts, or this is going to get really
This is the
good.
truth, yeah.
But it's the truth, yeah.
I as a scientist, some of you might know I'm a scientist. I used to work for the UN and the government. There's something that really tipped me into believing in other dimensions. And you know what it was? It was someone once said to me, why do all the mermaids look the same? Why do all the fairies look the same? Why do all the elves look the same? Whatever culture you go to, they look the same. How is it possible that millions and millions of people have the same experience unless it's true? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you just have to go to Iceland, for example. They still build roads around certain areas because they now, it's an elemental being colony living there, or there's energies there, and they're completely integrated into the culture.
And how do you know that what we're saying is true? Try it. Try it. Like literally start connecting with these energies, and all of a sudden you'll start having much better luck in your life, much better health, much better prosperity. And so reverse engineer it. I'll give you an example. Like with palmistry, when I first learned it, I was like, this has got to be made up. Like there's just random wrinkles. And then what I discovered is as soon as I would tell people I did palmistry, every person in the room, except maybe super religious people, put their hand out. So tell me, why is it as humans that we know that's true? Why is it as humans we know there's value in that? Because maybe it actually, in all of our ancient trainings, we've been taught that this is actually a way into our soul. So all I'm saying is reverse engineer it. If you want to just open these channels up as of tonight, start talking to the fairies and the elves and the elementals and the mermaids.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I was just thinking there was something I was going to say about that. So even when you're in the room, and I'm sure half of you at least have experienced that, when you're sitting in the room and suddenly you see a flash of light on the side or a different color pop up, and you just go, huh, what was that? And instead of just thinking, oh, it must be something with my eye, to actually say, hi, hello, I acknowledge you. Thank you for being here. And then you will see that's a very good stepping stone to start to see and feel and perceive other interdimensional beings or orbs. I took a video the other day with a friend to show somebody the layout of the house, and the orbs, I could literally see them, and filmed at least 50 of them on the video. it was incredible. It's so beautiful. They are light beings as well. Quite often when you have a photograph with an orb and you enlarge it, zoom into it, you see the sacred geometry of it inside. So from afar you might think, oh, that's just a bit of humidity or maybe a raindrop, but quite often it's not. So they're all little things how you can start to train your brain to be open for these other dimensions. And it's not about letting go of your own power or giving your power away at all. It's connecting to all that we are.
You know, yeah, like honestly, I love the fact that we can record spirit these days. I think it's really fast tracking our evolution. And what I wanted to say is actually, I know that people watching this are going to start experiencing miracles. As some of you were saying,
Yeah.
like right now, as you're watching the call, things are happening.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about something that I call spiritual racism. Who are we to think that we are the only race in the universe? And as someone who's come from so much racist bullying, intolerance, it literally drove away some of my family to leave Australia. I am so sensitive to prejudice. And all I'm saying is, what if this was a prejudice? This idea that we are the only ones good enough to be having life. So sorry, again, not to rant, but I'm just like, what would happen if you just lifted that for 5 minutes of a day and you allowed other races to exist?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be phenomenal? And wouldn't that actually generate more peace and harmony in the world?
Of course. And I do see a lot of UFOs, and I do for sky watches, and we can all see it. We can all see them. So a lot of friends, when they come and travel with me or hang out for a few days, they ask me how to do it, and we always see something.
And all the pilots I've met, heaps of the pilots say they've seen UFOs.
Yeah.
So this information is coming to light this century. Thank God, it's about time. And all I can say is just be aware that even though people say they can see UFOs and spirits, you still need to use discrimination. Because spirituality can be used to coerce, manipulate, and control you. So if someone says, I can see it and I can do it, but you can't, big red flag.
Yeah, run
big
the other
red
way,
flag.
run.
Because I'm just saying, I've been in the spiritual industry a very long time now, and I've had plenty of people talk down to me just as much as when I was in government and I was a whippersnapper. So just remember, if you ever get someone and they're like, I am the chosen one, I am the only one who can do this, I would be like, that's interesting, and I'm just gonna go to the toilet now for like 5 hours and actually bye. Yeah, please be aware. There are still sharks or predators, like I talked about earlier.
Yeah, and use your discernment. The word of the day, use your discernment.
Like they say, have an open mind, but not so open your brain falls out. So, Deniz, what are we going to do now? We're starting to wind up.
Yeah, okay. So I think I just want to say one more thing, because I just saw this beautiful fractal portal pop up already. It's quite similar when I help people to pass over. That's another thing that's beautiful, and I haven't really spoken about that until just now.
Yeah, and it's a big one during COVID. You know, there's been so much pain around people believing that's the end of a life. And you know, like if only we were more educated in a way, because I've done so much on past lives, parallel lives, and future lives. I don't have the same fear of death. And so sometimes you can almost seem too clinical of like, you know, this person's gone on to a new life, or that, you know, they've reincarnated. People are like, oh, that's so cold. I'm like,
no, that's because you understand the truth of it, and to be able to guide people through. I've done it and seen it so many times to help them go through the portals. It's amazing. It's as beautiful as being kind of that midwife on the other side.
Some people are born straight away. They die and they're born straight away. I can tell you the way you live your life is a lot of way this is very similar to the way you live your death. For example, I procrastinate. We can almost guarantee that because I've already gone into my last days many times. In fact, I did it again today because it helps me relieve my fear. Oh, you can guarantee I'm going to procrastinate. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
But, you know, people are really efficient. You know, they're just like ding, ding, ding. They're the ones that just pass like that and they reincarnate like that, reincarnate like that.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, from my experiences, there's definitely life after death. I've got proof after proof on my blog. So yes, Deniz, there's no real words to describe what she does. I really just wanted to introduce you to her. I'm hoping that you'll book in with her. I'm hoping that maybe you'll try in your own life to start using crystals and elementals, because wouldn't that be so delicious.
Yeah, no, as one lady was saying there before, how much you can learn, imagine, it's endless. Just go out in the forest and connect and say hi to the trees, hug them, connect, and ask the fairies to show up.
I talk to a tree every day. I actually think of
Mm.
them as like kind of spiritual mobile phone towers, but
They are,
with positive radiation.
Yeah, that's right.
I talk to trees every single day. I find actually I get better results from them than sometimes my spirit guides.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit afraid of my spirit guides, but I'm not afraid of trees. Still working through my God stuff. All right, so
Yeah, amazing.
would you like to do a channeling? What would you like to do?
I-
Light language?
I
What-
do a little bit of codes and light language, and that was
Okay.
one thing I was slightly reluctant about because you drop into a space, and I was like, "We're going live with this? Oh my god!"
I'm the icebreaker. If
But
any
that's
of you
all
have
good.
a fear of public speaking, come to some of my my
Yeah.
courses that are coming up
That's
because
right.
we're gonna break that.
She's a
break
good
that.
friend. She's such a good friend.
So
But where I work in big groups, sometimes 60 or 100 people, and it's no problem. It's just like this thought of how many people are gonna watch this.
yeah,
But it's all good. And I saw some good friends from Europe as well over there, and so many nice people. Do we have to check anything if we need to answer anything else?
Okay, well, let's just see if there's any more questions for Dennis before we maybe do some channeling.
It will be short and
Okay,
sweet.
so there's a few people who are saying they've had sort of experiences of ghosts. For example, someone had their heating would turn on even though they had taken the power off it. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, look, I've got many examples. For example, once I was writing an email that could have got me fired because it's about bullying. And as the bully walked towards my computer, I actually sent a little energy. I wasn't aware I was psychic, but I was like, oh my God. And the computer burst into flames.
What?
Smoke. Seriously, people probably still remember it at the office I was in. And that's happened a number of times. There was another time there was a stalker who was emailing me, and I was writing my address back because I thought it was a client. I just didn't click to me it was a stalker until I saw the email address and I thought, oh my God, this is this person who's following me around. I don't want them to know. And I said, stop. And I said it like that, like with my whole being. Computer shut down. Email never sent. And I'm just saying you can do that. You can do that. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah. Use your voice. Talk to spirit out loud. When you do manifesting, read the list out. Get a really strong voice muscle.
Yeah.
And then when you need it, you need that self-defense, and you say stop or yes or no, there's like massive force behind it, and the universe comes in straight away because they know you're serious. So like I said, yeah, speak up. I feel like I'm over talking. I feel like
it's okay. We can talk about this kind of stuff for a whole day, I reckon. But yeah, I have you all, if you like to receive a little upgrade and a little fine tuning, a mini tune up, so to speak, to all of you, I invite you just to
I'm just gonna roll over here, and I'm gonna pass you over to Dennis, and I'll just be on the side and I'll roll back soon.
Yeah, and you do the same thing if you wish. We can all tune in together. You can have both feet on the ground, and because today is the 11/11 gateway, and we have a big energy coming in, I invite you all to tune into that energy flow. Have you all take a few deep breaths. If you like, you can close your eyes. You're just very relaxed. And we want to bring in the shift to the planet, anchoring in the highest frequencies of all that we are. And allowing ourselves to expand, receive the highest upgrades and downloads which are beneficial for us at this time. And we are the shift that is upon this planet. It's very exciting times indeed. I feel a lot of heat right now. Okay, you can just listen to some of the codes and downloads, feel where they are in your body. Miguria tenandia ahar. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Kenanduria mindukia mahargo. Kenantikia minangura ahash. Menarga meno asar. Sure, 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 sure. Sure, sure, sure. We're bringing in the codes of light and love of the highest vibration and frequency. We are here to drop you back into your heart space. Open up your communication, the thymus, the bridge between your heart and your communication. We're bringing forth clarity and alignment. We're making sure we are all grounded and connected deeply into the Mother. We're asking Galactic Center to anchor us from above. Prushkas kamanar, kamanar, kamahar. Prushkas kamanar, kamahar. I'm performing a clearing for all of us here at the same time, to release all which no longer serves us or stands in our way of being completely in alignment with our path. We're calling forth love, health, happiness and abundance into our life. Repairing the auric field, each layer, and strengthening it. I'm going into the energetic circuitry to make sure everything is in balance and harmony and in strongest alignment yet. I put a shield of protection around us all, and green tourmaline is coming in to assist us. And a beautiful moss agate is being placed under your feet to ground you deeply into the earth. That beautiful moss. You are complete, healed and balanced. And so be it, and so it is. And I have you drop back into your body with all parts of your being, with all the parts you may have lost of highest frequency. They're returning now. And take another deep breath in and out, letting in the cosmic energy and the vibrance of the 1111 gateway. The frequencies and the codes are still coming in. Feel your physical body again, feel where you're sitting, and take another deep breath in, that new cosmic energy, and we're breathing out all which no longer serves us. We're coming back completely into the room, or whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes again. You know, and these little tune-ups, they might be short and sweet, but they're very potent, so please stay well hydrated. The best if you can have a big glass of water or some nice herbal teas today. And they will continue for 3 to 7 days. And you know, the side effects are that synchronistic events can start happen again. Everything is more in alignment. Maybe there's a book in a bookshop that literally falls out, and you're gonna buy it and read it, or people start talking to you about the same stuff, maybe the galactic things or the fairies or whatever it is, just to listen to these synchronistic events and follow through, please. And I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's only short, but trust me, it's very, very potent. Oh, Tommy! Love you. And friend in France, thank you for being here, brother.
So if you enjoyed that, please let Deniz know. It is basically her first Facebook Live channeling, and like I said, I had to twist her arm fairly significantly to get her in. Hopefully she'll still be my friend tomorrow. She won't wake up and be like, Sarah!
What did you do? No, I love it. I don't have a problem with public speaking. It's just something in my head that goes like live stream TV. It's all a bit like, I was saying that I was on that TV show there with the red tent when the guys came in from ABC.
So true. So we're going to start winding up today's, like I said, special 11/11 exclusive. I've got some beautiful flowers. So
it smells so beautiful.
So I wanted to just conclude with a little bit of a flower tune-in. So I just wanted to share a little technique that can be really helpful for those of you who are feeling highly emotional, and especially after watching this call, I can guarantee like your emotions will be, like everything will be heightened. So, you know, as soon as you can, I encourage you to go out into nature, find a flower. So these are pink peonies. They're from my friend Francesca at Francesca Flowers. She's also she's one of my very dear friends, and right into 11/11. She did my wedding flowers.
I love her too.
Yeah, we just love her. We have a massive team. I'm going to introduce you to my team over the next months. Next week I have Carolyn Bird. She's been my mentor for over 11 years. So she's just launched a program, and I hope that you can join us again. Everything we do is an exclusive one-off, and basically I'm just showing you like the reason I'm successful, because it's literally, I have like the world's best team here. I'm super grateful. So what I wanted to show you is, you know, within every peony, there's life and there's death, isn't there? Because like some of these petals are dying, but inside there's the seed. And like when you look at a body, I'll just use Deniz as the example. Hey, body of Deniz. Within your body, even as you're watching this video, parts of you are birthing and parts of you are dying. So this illusion that somehow you are just this one energy or one personality or, you know, one thing, we want to dissolve that tonight. You know, 11/11, multiple realities are valid. And all I'm saying is, do you know my favorite flowers are the half-dying ones? I don't know if it's because I've always worked in charity, but I think it's because I relate. Like, I feel like even when I was born, there was a part of me that was really grim. Like, I was one of those kids, I would look at my watch and I'd be like, oh, 1 minute closer to my death. I was like, you know, there's that little girl in the Addams Family, that was like me. I've even got like the black hair and everything. And for some reason, that's probably made me quite a good psychic, because I'm not afraid of those dark things. But I just think there's something about decay that makes the beauty even more exquisite. So what I'm suggesting as we wind up today is to start appreciating that life and death aspect of everything, including you, including the flowers, including just everything you see in the world, and just being okay with all of it. Because like I said, the decay makes the beauty more exquisite. And I think, you know, my greatest beef with the world, my greatest grudge, is when, for example, we only honor the perfect flowers like this one. You know, like we are only honoring the size 10s or the people with perfect skin. And for me, that is very much dangerous territory for a soul. It is the number one way to become a robot. So that is my greatest suggestion to you. When you find yourself constantly wanting everything to look beautiful and look perfect and, be this perfect flower, catch yourself. Catch yourself.
Who's even saying what is perfect and what's not,
Yeah, because that's, like I said, it's almost like this spiritual racism or energetic racism for some, that some energies are better than others or more superior. And we're totally about disbanding that.
Yeah.
So thank
Be
you,
yourself.
Francesca's Flowers, for donating these beautiful peonies so I could have this little sort of discussion with you.
It's a perfect analogy.
We are really deeply grateful for everyone who's joined us tonight. It's been a stellar turnout. We hope, like I said, I hope to have, Deniz and my husband back on the calls. I can't do it without them. 1111 is we do need each other to grow towards the light. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
If you love this call, write a comment. Like I said, I will reply to everyone. It just sometimes takes me a week or two. Any last words, Deniz, before we go?
I really loved that, and I kept reading a little bit of the chats that are coming in, and there's so much beauty coming through already. I'm so thankful for everybody that tuned in today, and it was wonderful. And thanks, Sarah, for pushing me.
Ha, 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 ha. Well, just to recap, so I've got my money webinar in 11 days. You'll need to book in ASAP because I'm going to close booking soon. If you are interested, sarayip.com. I've got my tarot class coming up with Chris, so Tarot, a Love Story, that's coming out. Deniz, how can people book in with you or find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I got a business page there under Dimensional Healing. I'm sure we can put that into
I put it in the Facebook notes.
And then you find me on Instagram and connect to me through personal messages. And then I'm a bit reluctant about putting up a schedule online, so you connect to me and I tell you when I've got time.
She picks and chooses.
It's not true. It's not true.
It's so true.
It's just I open up certain, so you can see me in person, but you see at the moment, due to the situation, I do 90%, maybe 80% of my sessions as remote healing sessions, and I'm happy to send you some information on that. If you connect to me on my website, you can write me an email or just connect on Facebook or Instagram. And you can see the crystal grids on Instagram as well.
Oh my God.
That might be nice for you guys.
Her crystal grids are epic. Seriously, I've told her she needs to make them into like a picture book. So go to her Instagram. Her crystal grids will blow your mind. Some of them are so simple, but you look at them and like everything changes.
That's right. So that's really the energy when I work. Same with when I tuned into all of you guys, right? What it is, I see myself nearly like an electrician. I go in and I change the circuitry. I don't even know how that happened, that I'm able to see all of these things, but the change comes in and we really lock it in and bring it in and get you into the strongest self. So connect with me if you like, and then I can put you on my newsletter, and when I come through and different cities.
Hopefully we'll get her teaching. If you'd like to have a webinar or something with me and Deniz, put it in the comments, because I'm trying to again cajole her into stuff.
And I got clinic spaces, so if you let me know where you are, but I work with clients from in the US and in Europe and everywhere as well. But I got clients here in Australia between the Sunshine Coast and Melbourne.
The flower is like attracted to you.
I love you. She's gorgeous.
She's got a good energy, this one. All right, so
thanks so much.
Thank you for the blessing of your company. Thank you to everyone who's going to watch this. We wish you an incredibly magnificent 11/11, the best you've ever had. 9-year anniversary of 11/11/11. It only gets better from here. Believe in yourself, believe in the world.
Trust.
The world believes in you. So this is a sign off. 11/11 peace signs from where am I? Too many flowers. 11/11 peace signs from Sarah from sarayip.com, Facebook The Numbers Queen, Instagram sarayip1111, and Deniz Akan. Expect awesomeness after you watch this video. 100% guaranteed times 11/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're done.
High five. Did it. High five.
Okay.
Love you.
We're going to go
guys.
and just be happy now. I hope that you have found it worthwhile. Please share this with your friends if you enjoyed it. Remember, just me, just her, everything you do makes a monumental difference to our businesses. And you are supporting people who really believe in, a world where people are awake and they are happy and they are open.
Yeah.
So
and
please share.
Probably. We share it again. And even if it's not on the 11th of the 11th anymore, the energies coming through will be still helpful.
Yeah, it'll still make a difference and your friends will thank you later. So huge gratitude in advance. See ya later,
See ya.
folks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.